building platforms today is often described and discussed in the type of code that you write, and a generalized and centralized Helm chart has become a common place to start. The thing is, though, internal platforms are more than just infrastructure as code or templates, but that often organizations have already invested deeply in tools such as Helm and need to start from there. Hello, my name is Abby Bangzer, and I'm an engineer at Syntasso where we're building Kratix, which helps you build your enterprise-ready internal developer platform by empowering everyone in your organization to contribute, share common components, and democratize your platform. And today, I want to show you how you can take your Helm chart, which already defines a clear contract with your users, and transform it from a YAML templater to a full-powered platform API with a single CLI command. This is an important step in your platform building journey because while Helm charts can provide a contract, they do not provide an API. This is because the teams that maintain the charts usually need to upgrade references across a number of repositories through either collaboration with their users or some other process, rather than having full ownership of that implementation update, which can bring huge inefficiencies for an organization. In addition, the only thing Helm can do is template YAML. It can't incorporate your business processes such as manual sign-offs, security scans, and other things, which usually means bringing in secondary tools such as CI/CD pipelines to do those. With Kratix promises, they're purpose-built to be APIs, and they're well suited to leverage existing infrastructure as code, such as a Helm chart, while enabling the decoupling from the consumers and the producers so that platform engineers who are producing these platform APIs and Helm charts can change the implementation and manage updates for security and performance without interrupting their users. Using the Kratix CLI, you can initialize a new promise using Helm, which can take in any chart that you have access to, whether it be public or private at any version. The promise can then be applied to the cluster and viewed as a part of the platform offerings. And as you can see, the promise starts as unavailable because it manages not only that user request, but also the general setup for the platform before any requests are made. But as soon as that setup is complete, it becomes available and the users can get access to the Postgres instances that are defined by this Helm template through an API request. The CLI generates the exact same contract that into the Promise API as is in the Helm chart, which can be seen using the kubectl explain command. This shows the specification fields like auth and image, which can be seen in the chart on GitHub in the documentation as well. We're using the same contract, but we're actually separating it to be an API, so you can also have full control over what is available in what interfaces. So for example, if you're interested in a portal like Backstage, Syntasso Kratix Enterprise can configure and manage those platform APIs directly into Backstage without you need to touch TypeScript or JavaScript by taking any Promise API and creating the components in Backstage, as well as the templates, which allow people to create instances through the UI. But this template process may look the same, but is unique to any other Helm plugins in Backstage because it's not just an interface to code. The backend behind this request is the API created by the promise, which can run business value workflows, including compliance, cost optimization, and manual approvals. In this case, the workflow ran quite quickly as the initial promise mimics that simple Helm template experience. But this can take longer depending on what you incorporate. The generated promise has been configured to store the template rendered code in Git by default, which allows this new API experience to rejoin your existing Helm workflows using GitOps to deploy to any existing clusters. So to wrap up, the Kratix CLI allows platform and operational engineers to seamlessly take what they have already invested in the way of infrastructure as code and transition that into a true platform where they have control over the management of the business processes, the upgrades and updates to their code over time, and that without affecting their users, and in general, create an internal platform that is truly supporting their unique organization. If you'd like to find out more, come find us at syntasso.io or check out the quick start at docs.kratix.io. Thanks and hope to see you soon.